Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here. Just got empty, and I also got my empty weight, so I'm on my way to De Pere, Wisconsin. Pick up our preloaded trailer going to Manitowoc, Plymouth, Wisconsin. All right, so let's go. I guess this video will be a grand tour of Oconto Falls, Wisconsin. It's really not that big of a city. Nevertheless, it's a beautiful civilization that people live here. So how do you guys like this view? If I'm not mistaken, this is 170-degree angle. Okay, I think I'm gonna go that way. Ooh. Just so I could show you the town. I could show you the city. Oh, this is downtown Oconto Falls. So how do you guys like where I put my microphone? Haha. Pretty neat, huh? If I could just remember which way I came from last night, that'd be great. No true trucks. Oh, I guess we have to follow this. Slow down, Blue. Oconto Falls Public School. Okay, here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get back to the yard, drop this empty trailer, go to the shop, have them look at that tire, why it's losing air, and have them look at that diesel turbine heater. I always call it a Webasto heater. Why it's not as hot as it should be. That thing should be very, very hot. I don't know why it isn't. There's a 12 volt glow plug in there, and sometimes they do burn out. But in this case, it can't burn out because it's still working. Just not working as hot as it should be. Okay, we are to take Route 1, or no, that's County I. Junction County I. Oh, I guess this is considered northern Wisconsin, right? My wife always calls it up north. But I suppose Trucker Josh would consider this the South. Come on, Blue, get some heat in ya. Johnny B. Good is cold. Well, you've seen one, you've seen them all, for the most part. Actually, the Highway 41 is only about 5 miles from here. Do you guys want to hang out until then? Let's do it. Besides, I got something that some of you are asking. You guys are asking if I like ISX engine. The Cummins, the Packard, all that stuff. Yeah, I like it. It's got a lot of power. But all engines got limitations, and you know, Blue seems to climb really, really good up the hill. I had no problem. Sometimes I slow down to 25 miles an hour on a really big hill, but all trucks do that, you know. And some of you are asking what make and model and year Blue is. Blue is a Kenworth T680, 2014. And as far as the engine goes, well, at 68,443, I have not had any issues with it whatsoever, except for a little bit of a coolant leak, I think it was. But the motor itself, I think it's solid. I think it's really good. So, and I don't know, if you guys are starting out, I think that the point where the question was, you would like to start out, you buy your own truck and start in a trucking business. I don't know your financial situation, but if you're like me with, you know, company driver with paycheck to paycheck, I wouldn't invest in a truck like this. This is way too much. $135,000 truck. Granted, it's got all kinds of bells and whistles in it and everything that you need. It's just, you know, consider this. I mean, we've all heard this, if you started driving, drive a Beetle. Don't go out and drive a Lamborghini. Try something out first, something cheap. Because you don't want to end up tying up all your life savings into this, and it turns out that you can't make it, or the economy's gone bad, or worse, it's not really for you. I mean, reality is a lot of people go in truck driving, and they realize that trucking is really not for them. It's a really big lifestyle adjustment. You got to remember, this is not a job. It's a lifestyle. Once you're in it, everything about you will change. It's not like doing a local job where you go home every night, and for the most part, you still get to keep your half of yourself and just relearn a different trade or anything. In this job, you got to give up everything. I'm talking about the general public, as far as people who are not financially well off. I know there's a lot of people out there that are exception to the rules, but that's just it. They are exception to the rules. Once you get into this job, you give up your home time. You work for every 1 week you stay out, you earn 1 day in the house. 1 day, that's it. So if you're gone for 2 weeks, you could only still stay home for 2 days. Now, some of you out there, I've known some people can't handle being gone away from their house 1 or 2 weeks. I stay out 4 or 5 weeks at a time. By the way, the maximum time home, regardless of how long you stayed out, is 5 days. Company policy you can only stay home for 5 days. It doesn't matter if you went out for 20 years. Your home time maximum is 5 consecutive days. Now, once you set up your home time, I gotta admit, when it comes to they are very, very faithful on getting you home. They are very good at that. They really do respect the home time of a driver, because we stay out 4 or 5 weeks at a time, and we truck drivers, we set up and lined up our appointments, our plans, and our whatever, we set up our appointments and plans, and time home for the kids and the wife. And for a company that doesn't respect that, it's not just affecting just me. It's a chain reaction of the people at home. Those people at home, they have the right to spend time with me too, because they plan out their schedule according to my plan. And so for a company that doesn't respect that, oh man, that time for you to go somewhere else. So once again, the engine the engine is just beautiful. For 68,000 miles, no problem. I've driven Cummins before. I've driven Detroit. I've driven Caterpillars, Mercedes-Benz. Caterpillars are revered engines, but as many of you know, Caterpillars, they do not make over-the-road engines anymore because of the high EPA standards. Caterpillar only makes dump trucks, bulldozers, and all those kind of motors. They don't make over-the-road trucks, motors like this anymore. Now, Caterpillars used to be very good engines, but they were also very expensive engines. They were very expensive to fix and maintain, but they were revered to have a lot of power. As far as durability and long-lasting engine, I don't think anybody can beat the Detroit 60 series motors. Those motors have been known to go 1.5 million, 1.8 million miles before they do a complete overhaul. Like a friend of mine, Larry, he did his own end-frame now because he's a great mechanic. I think he did his at 1.6 million. So that, you know. But as far as the engine is for the ISX, I think it's a great motor. As far as a truck is concerned, there's just a little tiny adjustments that I wish Kenworth would make. For one thing, it's very hard to clean the windshield. There's really nothing to stand on, especially for shorter people. Better insulation. Up here on the CB, I could feel the air draft, the air from the outside. I mean, it's just really cold in there right now. There's no insulation in there. And that's all I could think of right now. Anyway, this video is getting a little longer. Didn't mean to do that. So well, guys, we'll catch you over there by the yard. And we'll catch you later. Johnny Be Good here. Have a nice day, everybody. Peace. And that's a wrap.